Yo, what's up guys, I'm BKV2, BridgeKidV2, and can we see a video of Drake getting shot? Oh yes, that's the best thing about the Grassy. But we are here for the WWE Battleground 2013 predictions on each card and what I think is going to happen going forward. So I just introduced it right here. We got WWE 13 online gameplay. I have recorded this about a week before I'm even talking right now. I was the late and great Brian Pillman. This guy picked my favorite wrestler of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and while I was shedding a few tears by beating his ass, I had to do it because I had to keep my online record intact. But let's get to the WWE Battleground shit. So I'm gonna just start off with which is the Battleground kickoff, and this is Dolph Ziggler versus Damien Sandow, the intellectual one. In my opinion, I think that Damien Sandow is going to come out on top. I mean, he's still got the Money in the Bank briefcase, right? And Dolph Ziggler has lost quite a bit of momentum. And Damien Sandow needs to be taken seriously now. Because usually when the motherfucker got that briefcase, you're like, oh, he can come cash in at any minute. But Damien Sandow's over here jobbing the people on WWE main event and stuff. So I think that if he gets a nice win over Dolph Ziggler, who's still he still sells merchandise and stuff, you know, he'll be taken that much more seriously and he'll get that much more momentum. So I'm going with the intellectual savior of the masses, Damien Sandow. Next, we have Kofi Kingston versus Bray Wyatt, follow the buzzards. And I'm gonna have to go with Bray Wyatt on this one, and it is really a no-brainer. I mean, Kofi Kingston's got a lot of momentum, and Bray Wyatt is still on that verge of everyone trying to know what the hell he's doing and what the hell he's about. And to be honest, he's got Kane under his belt. And he's been beating all these wrestlers down like R-Truth and shit like that. So it would just make sense for him to beat Kofi Kingston and either recruit him in or just get a clean win. So therefore, he can go into Raw with more momentum. It would just not make any sense for him to lose to Kofi Kingston. And then we gotta witness him do the whole promo shit where he's like, we're here. And then we see him walk to the ring with the lamp for 50 seconds. And you're like, dude, you fucking lost to Kofi Kingston. Does it really matter? So I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt over Kofi Kingston, and yeah. So next we got Curtis Axel with Paul Heyman versus R-Truth. What's up? What's up? And to tell you the truth, I'm gonna have to go with, oh, no pun intended. I'm such a fucking comedian. But to tell you the truth, I'm gonna have to go with Curtis Axel, and this is another no-brainer. I mean, R-Truth is still on the roster because he has a nice catchphrase, and a lot of people could sing along to his theme song. R-Truth has not gotten any win off the top people in a while, and he hasn't been at his top since I was fat, and that was when he was in that angle with John Cena and he was all crazy and shit. So for him to just get a win over Curtis Axel after he's been on a losing streak, and to go to the point where Curtis Axel is a Paul Heyman guy, it just wouldn't really make sense, because we gotta have two Paul Heyman guys on here, so it wouldn't make sense for Curtis Axel to lose and, you know, all of that. So next we have Goldust and Cody Rhodes with versus the Shield, which is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. And the stipulation for this match is if Goldust and Cody win, they'll be reinstated by the WWE. And if the Shield wins, Dusty will lose his job as an NXT trainer, and the Rhodes family will be banned from the WWE. I think that Goldust and Cody Rhodes is on top, and I think it's pretty evident because it's just the wrestling news has leaked or whatever. I don't know. The Wrestling Insiders came up and it said that Goldust signed a contract, a little short-term contract with the WWE. So for them to lose and then be banned, it really wouldn't make sense. And it's not like the Shield loses momentum because it's not for the championship. This is really for Goldust and Cody Rhodes to get their jobs back. So the Shield doesn't lose their championship, and they really don't lose any momentum. No matter what happens, they look strong. So I'm gonna have to go with Goldust and Cody Rhodes on this. Now Goldust could do a heel turn on Monday Night Raw, we don't know, but I'm gonna have to go with Goldust and Cody Rhodes. Next is AJ Lee versus Brie Bella. I'm gonna tell you the truth, guys. I don't know about you, but I just don't pay attention to the divas when I'm watching Raw. You know, unless I see someone half naked or they're about to strip to their bra and panties, which is something they don't do anymore, I don't watch it. That's usually when I take my piss or doo-doo break, and when I come back it's on to the next match. But I'm gonna have to go with AJ Lee here, because it seems like they're trying to make it so her and Natalya can have a nice feud going into Hell in a Cell. So AJ Lee, easy. Next we got CM Punk versus Ryback, another Paul Heyman guy. And to tell you the truth, right here I'm gonna go with Feed Me More. And the reason why I'm gonna go with Ryback here is mainly because he just became a Paul Heyman guy. I think he just became a gay Paul Heyman guy too, because, you know, he kissed him on it. I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, for him, for especially someone of Ryback's stature to just become a Paul Heyman guy so quickly and then lose to CM Punk would be very stupid. Now, I don't think he's going to get a clean win over CM Punk. It might be interference by Curtis Axel, you know, just something. It won't be a shell shock and then 1, 2, 3. But I do expect Ryback to get the win. And it should be by interference, so therefore it doesn't make CM Punk lose so much momentum where it's just like whatever. And Battleground is not really a major pay-per-view. So you could have CM Punk take the L and then Hell in a Cell just come back and beat Ryback's ass. I don't want it to happen because I love Ryback, but fuck it. So I'm gonna go with Ryback all night. So next, we got Alberto Del Rio, one of the most boring world heavyweight champions I've ever seen in this decade, versus Rob Van Dam. And easily, I'm gonna have to go with Alberto Del Rio, mainly because Rob Van Dam signed a 90-day contract with the WWE, and his knee and his in, and it also says that he's supposed to be taking a break off in October. So I think what could happen is, if Rob Van Dam loses and Ricardo Rodriguez is with Rob Van Dam, I expect Ricardo Rodriguez to, you know, interfere and turn heel again and go back with Alberto Del Rio. And then Alberto Del Rio will win, and then, you know, after he wins, he'll just go relentless on Rob Van Dam, hitting him with chairs and, you know, putting the armbar for a tad too long. It would cause Rob Van Dam to look very injured. He could take his little break and get high for the next 2 months, because that's what Rob Van Dam does. And he'll come back from getting high 2 months later with a lot of momentum and beat Alberto Del Rio. And for the final match, we got Bryan Danielson versus Randy the Viper, RKO Killer, Legend Killer, all of that shit, Orton. I'm gonna have to go with Randy Orton. But Randy Orton by just a tad bit. Mainly because, like I said, this is a small little pay-per-view, it's not as big. And you know, you still got the Triple H fiasco and the Big Show fiasco. And it seems like they don't want to end this feud here. And for Daniel Bryan to get the championship back, it would make it look like the bigger corporation is chasing just one guy who's himself. So I think that Randy Orton's going to win this by like a little interference or some outside shit. And the feud will continue on into Hell in a Cell, where it could finally just diminish and stop. So Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. What are you guys' picks for WWE Battleground 213? I want to hear it. With that said, I'm BKV2, British Kid V2, and I'm gone, baby.